Your old liquid culture lid might be working right now, but it's probably not built to last. If your lid uses metal, adhesive injection ports, micropore tape, or polyfill, it's time for an upgrade. Today, I'm going to show you how to build the best liquid culture lid that will last for years. To get started, we're going to need plastic mason jar lids with silicone seals. I like these pretty ones. High temperature silicone, rubber injection ports, and some PTFE filters to give us gas exchange. And for tools, we're gonna need a drill and 2 drill bits. 1 1/4 inch bit and 1 11/64 inch bit. Though if all you have is the 1/4 inch drill bit, that will get the job done here. Also, while not necessary, some tweezers will make your life a bit easier here. And all these supplies will be linked in the description down below. So first up is going to be getting a hold of our plastic lid. We're using plastic lids because, believe it or not, they actually hold up better than metal lids. Metal lids eventually rust, especially around the holes we're about to drill, and it really doesn't take that long for the rust to set in. Ultimately, that rust is going to weaken the integrity of our lid. And that lid is literally the thing that is supposed to be keeping contaminants out of our liquid culture. So we don't really want any weakened integrity. Plastic means no rust, no corrosion, no problems. And it's even BPA free. We're going to start by drilling 2 holes on opposite sides of our lid. One is going to be drilled at a 1/4 inch and the other at 11/64 of an inch. And like I said earlier, if you're going to drill both holes with the 1/4 inch, it's fine. You're just going to have a little bit of extra wiggle room on your air filter, but we have a solution for that anyway. So the keys here are to let the drill do the work. You want to run it at a high speed and not push too hard. We want gentle pressure. If you try to push too hard, you're going to end up cracking your lid. After drilling, make sure you remove any plastic shavings. Now, by drilling the holes for the injection port and the air filter on opposite sides of the lid, this will keep all the liquid away from our air filter as we tilt our jar to draw that liquid culture up. This was a real problem with my old lids. You see, polyfill or micropore tape can work fine as an air filter, but the second they get wet, they're done for. And just to reiterate, when we draw our culture, we keep our injection port on the bottom and our air filter on the top. It's pretty straightforward. In theory, it seems super simple, but it's something that a lot of beginners actually overlook. So now that we have our 2 holes drilled in the lid, we're gonna start first by installing our injection port. The injection port is gonna go in the 1/4 inch hole. In the past, I used those adhesive injection ports and they work fine, but eventually they start to peel up and they're just not really the best long-term solution. And I'm looking for something more permanent. So this is where your tweezers are gonna really come in handy. Finagling these injection ports into our 1/4 inch hole can be slightly challenging. I like to use the tweezers to push from the top and kind of get all the edges inside the hole we drilled. And then while putting some pressure from the top with my finger, I go around to the bottom and I use the tweezers to just pull the remaining edges through. Pull that injection port all the way through the hole until it lines up nicely with the lid. Now, having our holes drilled on separate sides is a great start, but it doesn't give my air filter the protection that I want it to have. We're still at risk of our air filter getting wet and effectively being rendered useless. Or at least we were, until we got our hands on these little things called PTFE filters. You see, PTFE filters are engineered for one purpose: staying sterile no matter what hits them. These little filters are hydrophobic, and no, that doesn't mean they're afraid of water. It means they're physically unable to absorb water. So even if you were to completely drench this thing with your liquid culture, it never clogs or gets saturated. It'll just keep breathing and allowing proper air exchange for our culture. And that air exchange is so important. You see, for our liquid culture to grow, just like you or I, it needs to breathe. But it has to breathe filtered air. It can't just breathe in all those contaminants. And that's exactly what the PTFE filter provides. So with our injection port in place, we're gonna slide the thinner part of our PTFE filter into the smaller hole. And you don't need to drop yours in there just yet. I'm just demonstrating how it will go in. You see, while the injection port is pretty securely held in place, the air filter unfortunately is not. So we need a way to permanently attach our air filter to this lid. Before we perform this step, you wanna make sure your filters and your lid are completely dry. If you washed your lids to get the plastic shavings off, make sure they're 100% dry before moving on. We're gonna break out our high temperature silicone and put an even bead along the underside of our PTFE filters. Next, we're just gonna insert it into the hole we drilled, and while applying gentle pressure, I like to give these a little spin to evenly distribute all the silicone. And it's super important we use a high temperature silicone here because we're gonna be running these things through the pressure cooker and they will get exposed to some high temperatures in there. And one common mistake here to avoid is globbing on too much silicone. A thin, even bead will make a seal that's plenty strong. You don't need a ton here. Now, the silicone needs 24 hours to cure, so put it somewhere dry and leave it alone until tomorrow. After that silicone cures, we're left with a lid that's durable, contamination resistant, and fully reusable. And that's how you make a premium lid for your premium liquid culture. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Happy growing.